Today is the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, the patroness of the Americas, and I thought it would be appropriate to go into the devotion and the message of Our Lady of Guadalupe. This will not be a full treatment of that apparition. And of all Marian apparitions, honestly, I think this one gets probably the most explanation, the most coverage, if you will, of all Marian apparitions, at least in North America. So, I will put in the show notes a article that goes into a lot of the interaction with the bishop and all those things if you're not familiar. Here I want to focus just on the main aspects of this devotion, if you want to call it that, or the apparition of Our Lady of Guadalupe, because today is the patronal feast. And it would be good to observe this in some way if you're in North America, or the Americas in general, hearing this. This is a major feast, and this one, I believe to be honestly sort of one of the bookends of Marian apparitions through the Fatima message and going through Our Lady of Revelation, which I will endeavor to cover at some point on this channel in the near future. Now, the message and symbolism of Our Lady of Guadalupe. At the core is the concept that, as a good and solicitous mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary protects her children. The Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe is observed, at least in the United States, on December 12th, commemorating as a third-class feast the apparitions of the Blessed Virgin Mary to Juan Diego in December 1531, and the subsequent miracle of her image being impressed upon his tilma, which is a rough cloak woven from vegetable fibers. It is probably the most familiar Marian image in North America. This miraculous image spoke to the locals in their language on many levels, but primarily the image showed who the lady was, and her power being exemplified with her being clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, which is right out of Revelation. This important symbolism was further confirmed by the name she gave to Juan Diego, a name that in Spanish was Guadalupe, meaning the one who crushes the serpent. Here not just in reference to the devil, but specifically to a local demon. The results of this singular miracle was nothing less than miraculous itself, as the locals began to, become Catholic in astonishing numbers. We're talking about the millions. Previously, they had been under the sway of that entity. And in this way, Our Lady of Guadalupe is an apparition that represents in the most real way possible freedom for all the people of God who would live in Christ Jesus, for all the faithful of the earth. Now, remarking on the image on the tilma, Our Lady radiates peace and serenity with her consoling demeanor and posture. With a calm strength, she overwhelms that previous thing that the locals had labored under, vividly demonstrated by her blocking out the sun and standing upon the moon, which were the two most important symbols previously there. Her face expressed solicitude for the souls of all peoples who lived in the Americas. Thus, the appropriateness of her title as Empress of the Americas is perhaps even more profoundly comprehended when we consider her consoling words to Juan Diego, summarized as, "Trust in me, I am your mother." Again, those are words for all Catholics to consider. I am your mother. The following words of Our Lady of Guadalupe have been extracted from the 16th century historical account of the apparitions and miraculous event, written in the local indigenous tongue by a man named Antonio Valeriano. The words of the Blessed Virgin were spoken to Juan Diego over the course of several days. The historical context has been omitted so that you may focus really on Our Lady's message, which is one of solicitude. Her first appearance, December 9th. Juanito, dearest Juan Diego. Juanito, my dearest son, where are you going? Know and understand well, you, my most humble son, that I am the ever-Virgin Holy Mary, Mother of God, for whom we live, of the Creator of all things, Lord of heaven and the earth. I wish that a temple be erected here quickly, so I may therein exhibit and give all my love, compassion, help, and protection, because I am your merciful mother, to you and to all the inhabitants on this land, and all the rest who love me, invoke and confide in me. Listen there to their lamentations, and remedy all their miseries, afflictions, and sorrows. And to accomplish what my clemency pretends, go to the palace of the Bishop of Mexico, and you will say to him that I manifest my great desire, that here on this plain a temple be built to me. You will accurately relate all you have seen and admired, and what you have heard. Be assured that I will be most grateful and will reward you, because I will make you happy and worthy of recompense for the effort and fatigue in which you will obtain of what I have entrusted. Behold, you have heard my mandate, my humble son. Go and put forth all your effort. The message of the second apparition, December 9th. Hark, my little son, you must understand that I have many servants and messengers, to whom I must entrust the delivery of my message and carry my wish. But it is of precise detail that you yourself solicit and assist, and that through your mediation my wish be complied. I earnestly implore, my son, the least, and with sternness I command that you again go tomorrow and see the bishop. You go in my name, and make known my wish in its entirety, that he has to start the building of a temple which I ask of him, and again tell him that I, in person, the ever-Virgin, Holy Mary, Mother of God, sent you. The message of the fourth apparition on December 12th. Hear me and understand well, my little son, that nothing should frighten or grieve you. Let not your heart be disturbed. Do not fear afflictions or anguish. Am I not here, who is your mother? Are you not under my protection? Are you not happily within my fold? What else do you wish? Do not grieve, nor be disturbed by anything. Do not be afflicted by the condition of your uncle, who is now fine. Be assured that he is now well. Climb, my dear son, to the top of the hill. There, where you saw me and I gave you my orders, you will find different flowers. Cut them, gather them, assemble them, then come and bring them before my presence. My dear little son, this group of roses is the proof and the sign that you will take to the bishop. You will tell him in my name that he will see in them my wish, and that he will have to comply to it. You are my ambassador, most worthy of all my confidence. Rigorously I command that you, not only before the presence of the bishop, will unfold your mantle and disclose what you are carrying. You will relate all and well. You will tell that I ordered you to climb to the hilltop, to go and cut flowers, and that all you saw and admired, so you can induce the prelate to give his support, with the aim that a temple be built, as I have asked. And those are the messages of Our Lady of Guadalupe. It is worth noting here that the apparitions commonly called Our Lady of Good Success, more accurately called, in Spanish, Our Lady of Buen Suceso de la Purificación, which translates more accurately to Our Lady of the Good Event of the Purification, happened less than 100 years later in Quito, Ecuador. I have a video I've done on that before, but I've been asked recently to go over it again, and so I will soon, probably in the new year. Those messages are something worth considering as well, and it's also worth considering the timing of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Needless to say, there is a connection at this time, I would say, to Our Lady of, Good Success, if you wish to keep calling it that, although I don't recommend it, between that and this message, and all the way through at least to Fatima and Akita, and perhaps through our time. So meditate on this one today. This is a important feast day for many, many people in the Americas, possibly the most important after Easter and the Nativity of the Lord. So what do you think of this message? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for listening as always, and thank you for your support. I'm Anthony Stine. Ave Maria.